Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody. This is The Night. I've been mentioning it for a couple nights now, but fan deck suggestion, either just a minor theme or a lot bigger than that. Starting off tonight in Explorer, as always right now, but I will be going to actual Pioneer. Definitely still sticking to Pioneer once Explorer becomes that on Arena. But it is the Pterosaurus Toxic variation, leaning quite a bit more heavily into that, getting poison counters on the opponent. Certainly Tranix Rex, you guys likely have seen me use it to great effect. It's going to be even more effective, especially if we could get at least 2 poison counters on the opponent. That means Tranix Rex only has to hit them twice instead of 3 times, gets 8 and then gets the final 2 poison counters with that third swing. That's going to be lovely. Might also be lovely if we can put the prosthetic injector onto Tranix Rex, giving 5 poison counters per hit, because it gives or has the creature get toxic one, so it just adds it on to this guy, and that's going to be nice. But it does give 2 toughness. That could be pretty applicable in some matches. Hard to say, but I'm very excited. Luca, Bound to Ruin, of course, does potentially make tokens with Toxic, and that's also very nice. Normally, I have been using Luca pretty much since he was released. I had to open up quite a few packs to get this guy, and I could redeem some wild cards to finish off and get the full playset. Lovely all around, but nice ramping there for sure. Taking out multiple creatures or planeswalkers, a combination of those with the -4 has really been proven itself. But to go along with the poison theme of the deck, of course, the Granddaddy, well, it's a new card, but the Granddaddy of putting counters and stopping counters. So this is actually going to help out against Simic Venerated Rot Priest, putting 1 toxic counter on us whenever it becomes a target of a spell or ability I think anybody controls. It's rounded down, so nothing. It completely 100% shuts off that deck's game plan, and that's basically the deck's only game plan. Vorinclex is going to be nice if we face that, although it's not too common. The Venerated Rot Priest combo, just supercharging, getting incremental poison counters, sometimes all in one turn, depending how they've done the setup. If they have certain spells that target multiple creatures, it's nasty. It's nasty if you face that. I hope you haven't had the misfortune of facing it, because it is a nice deck, but this is going to be some nice incidental tech against that. Doubling the poison counters that the opponent gets is going to be lovely as well. But also to help get there, 10 poison counters, 2 Karn's Bastion. I only have 2 copies, but it certainly seems like a good thing for the deck. Pay 4, tap it to proliferate. That might be the final push that we need to get the job done, so we can add another poison counter to the opponent. If we have Vorinclex, that's going to be adding 2 poison counters when we proliferate. Choose any number of permanents and or players, then give each another counter of each kind they already have. Whew. Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, it does add counters onto planeswalkers. You got to keep that in mind as well. That's pretty powerful. Could be impactful. Could mean the difference, getting Luca potentially to 4 or 5. Just getting him to enough that we can use his -4 due to the proliferate of this might save us, potentially. I'm excited. Otherwise, everything is basically the same. I'm being crazy tonight. 21 lands instead of 19. The usual. I'm going to get flooded into oblivion with that. But yeah, that's just the 2 Karn's Bastion there. That's what's getting it up to the 21 and not the 19. But otherwise, everything is basically the same as what I've been using in the sideboard. Infectious Bite, continuing on with the poison theme. A little bit of removal, but we do need a target. It's not like Primal Might or Inscription of Abundance. Stuff that can have a benefit as long as we have a creature out. Inscription of Abundance, you can put counters on a creature. Primal Might, you don't have to fight. You can simply pump up somebody as big as possible and get the job done that way. A nice mana sink, Primal Might is, but I'm liking this. Hopefully we have Vorinclex out. Deal damage, take out some creature. I am a little bit sad that, unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to target planeswalkers. But heaven, yes, let's go dinos, 100%. I make you cry so much. Hey, don't feel betrayed. You want to type the suggestion in the deck? I'll try it out tonight. How about that? And sometimes it's hard to forget. I have so many things I want to try. JDX. I lose track, unfortunately. But no, don't worry. Dry those tears. Cry a river. Build a bridge. And I should be able to play your list. Work it in. Moving on though. Thrashing Brontodon. Just, you know, nice catch-all. I don't normally use Thrashing Brontodon, but I felt like it. Sacrifice it, destroy an artifact and enchantment. I think if you were playing dinos, you likely know about this fantastic option. Rampaging as well. If we face life gain, and I have been facing life gain a little bit more, unfortunately. So it's going to be lovely to have that. And then, Shifting Ceratops. I wanted to start off with Shifting Ceratops. I felt like, well, let's start off with actual toxic poison theme a little bit more. So that's where the prosthetic injector is in. I could see myself having enough toxic that maybe I don't need this. I could start off with shifting instead, but it is nice to have a turn one play since, at least for myself, usually I don't have that. Quite exciting. 3 mana, 3/4, yeah. It's going to be nice. Quite exciting. Yeah. Thrashing Brontodon, gonna do the trick. Let's get her done. See how it goes. I was thinking of playing best of one, at least. Well, this list, I'll play best of 3 for a little bit. Climbing back up after the season reset on the ladder. Not into platinum yet, but we'll get there. Hopefully tonight. Oh yes, absolutely. It's definitely not played much, that's for sure. At the very least, it is just a decent body if you don't have to use it for a whole lot, or you don't use it at all. You know, we got a good blocker. But this hand, lovely stuff. Fantastic to start out with. We got 2 lands. Plenty of plays with Hunt Master and Thunderherd Migration to ramping. All that good stuff. Prosthetic Injector, like I was saying. A turn 1 play, we got Azorius Control. Very interesting. I am trimming up a match I had on my phone, so keep an eye out for that. Got it this morning. It is stunning. And again, I didn't know I would be able to do this tonight. I thought I would be posting that Azorius Control match. You guys would definitely like it. But playing it safe as I have been doing against Azorius Control, I just go Thunderherd Migration instead of Otepic Hunt Master. Just to keep the hope alive. Hopefully they don't have Spell Pierce. That would not be good. Oftentimes Thunderherd Migration, I feel, is probably not so threatening for the Azorius Control opponent or another similar deck. So they let it resolve if they potentially had a counter spell they could have used to stop it. I think there's a good chance we get this. There's that sensor. Okay. 1 less sensor is very good for me. I'm feeling pretty excited about this. Payload 2 life, definitely. I would like to go Topiary Stomper, but we'll see what happens with Otepic Hunt Master. I'd like to get that down, possibly giving Carnage Tyrant haste next turn. But even if Hunt Master is stopped, okay. I might be saving something for Topiary Stomper. I have a sneaky suspicion that could be the case. What are you gonna do? Well, we'll try and get the Topiary Stomper down. I could have done Carnage Tyrant. I just want to see what they're all about. We got time. This is one of my favorite matchups now. We'll draw out their things, get a good idea of what they might have in their hand, and we got one Carnage Tyrant. There's 3 more, plus I think 4 Tyrannix Rexes. I've started to do 1 less Tyrannix Rex. I went down to 3 of those and 4 Carnage Tyrants. And it's still working good, but I still love 4 T-Rexes and 4 Carny Ts. Oh, there's the Memory Deluge. They might be getting a little bit worried, perhaps. Of course, Topiary Stomper with the Vigilance. We don't have to worry about Wandering Emperor. I suspect maybe they're digging for something that's going to take him out. I wouldn't think a single Topiary is going to draw out a Sweeper, but you never know. Teferi, huh? Interesting. But seems like we're in a pretty good position. We don't have too many lands, so I would hope we would be drawing other impactful things. It could be, oops, I was about to say, Rotting Regisaur, Hasty. I like that instead. I'm going to go with Regisaur Alpha, or not Rotting Regisaur, yeah. Regisaur Alpha, you guys know what I meant. Go with this because Topiary plus the token could take out Teferi. If Regisaur Alpha is still left alive, I'll be able to attack with Carnage Tyrant next turn. Anyways, similarly, if I had played him this turn, I'd be able to attack with him next turn because he would have been out since the start of the turn. Ugh, interesting. Well, we'll slap the Prosthetic Injector on this. It doesn't give a boost in power, but takes Teferi down to 2. That's pretty good. He probably wouldn't have been using his -3 anyways to bounce one of our creatures, but these 2 bodies might be what draws out the Sweeper. 1 less Sweeper that can take out Carnage Tyrant. That's alright by me. And we can just replay Topiary Stomper next turn. Continue to pull lands out of the deck, increase the chance of seeing something scary, and again, if they leave Regisaur Alpha alive, we could get a nice swing next turn, but they're in range of Farewell. Possibly considering their options, using the Sweeper now to take out 2 bodies, one of which, well, they would have to deal with both of them because I'm going to be gunning for Teferi next turn. Okay. I'm going to play this Topiary Stomper. See how they feel about that. They're wondering. We still will have 3 left over. I got the 2 Stomping Grounds plus the 1 here. Play the Topiary Stomper I just drew. Continue to get lots of stuff out. Now maybe they have a Settle the Wreckage. We got to keep that in mind for sure. But we got a ton of lands. Man, look at that. Even with 21. Lots of ramp with Thunderherd Migration and the Stompers. And then maybe we just happen to see a bunch of stuff. And we still get the job done. Is it Wandering Emperor? Does it Settle the Wreckage? I want to take out Teferi, that's for sure. Let's see what happens. I'll hold back Regisaur Alpha just in case it is Settle the Wreckage. That would not be good. Okay. Setting up for that Farewell. Oh, digging. Digging for the Sweeper. That might not be good. Farewell. Did they still not find it? That's the question. Interesting. Hopefully we're going to be seeing a Tyrannix Rex at some point here. We're down to... We're through 17. Yikes. Okay. Well, we got Vorinclex, and I like Vorinclex, but again, I feel they got funny business up their sleeve. I smell a Settle the Wreckage. I definitely smell Settle the Wreckage. Let's go with Vorinclex plus the Topiary Stompers plus the Dinosaur token. See what that draws out. Scary stuff right there. What are... Oh, okay. So they still could go settle the wreckage, but they did that. So they probably don't have settled the wreckage. They would have let us, or waited for us to attack with a bunch of stuff. So we know they don't have settle. Or maybe they did that to make it seem like they didn't have settled the wreckage. I don't know. Did they fake us out? Pretend? Ah, okay. We know it's Wandering Emperor now. We've confirmed and gained some important information, I feel. Nuts. That's alright though, we can play Vorinclex quite easily still. Next turn, even with it costing an extra 2, we've got plenty of mana. Easily enough to pay 8. March of... okay. Doing a decent bit of damage there. Fortunately, they don't have a manland at this point. That is nice. I think that's definitely going to help us out. Sweep us here. They know Vorinclex can come down next turn, that's the thing. So they gotta be accounting for that. There it is. Perhaps they're still able to do something to him, hopefully. That's not the case, of course. Oh, Luca bound to ruin. Well. I would like to go with that. Question is, can I go Luca plus Vorinclex? I'm just going to try for Vorinclex here. And I could still do quite a bit with 3, unfortunately. Counter him. Oh, not counter him. Something. Okay, but that's not bad. We still get 5 damage through. Trample is a lovely thing. I imagine the Wandering Emperor is going to exile him, but that's not so bad. Luca next turn is going to be good. Cut, how's it going? Hopefully all is going well for you. Facing off against the classic Azorius Control. Doing so well? Well, doing okay, I should say. Oh, another Vorinclex. More like Snorinclex. This I'm liking. Hope they don't have a counter spell for this, but we still can get Vorinclex if they stop Luca here. That's going to be good. Ooh, beautiful. Actually, hold on a second. We can take out Wandering Emperor plus the Samurai. Do I want to do that? Nah, I don't want to do that. Don't exactly need the token. Now the question is, I could go Vorinclex plus Carnage Tyrant next turn, but we'll just go -1, make a nice little Phyrexian Beast token, get some bodies online, and get some nice damage coming up. I was a little bit wondering about how many copies to add of this guy, but he is just so fantastic, and if the opponent has removal, they're likely using it against him. So I think it's right to have a decent amount of copies of this. Maybe not 4 copies, but 3 feels like a pretty good spot. My goodness, soul partitions. I think we've seen 3 at this point. Yeah. 3 of the 4 soul partitions. Scary stuff. Hopefully we can draw out some more of their things. Or maybe make him consider that memory deluge. Ugh, Teferi. Unfairy. Yikes. I'm gonna try and take him out. Fortunately, that samurai only has first strike for this turn, so that's gonna drop off. We could pretty safely attack with that Phyrexian Beast next turn. But actually, we can just use Luca to take out Teferi. Oh, that is also very good. That is not so good. I mean, it's pretty good. Painful. It sucks. I was hoping to take out multiple things. That would have been lovely. But yeah. 3. Exile target non-land permanent at instant speed. That's pretty good. I like it. Another prosthetic injector. Okay, let's do the math here. Could I go Vorinclex plus Carnage Tyrant? I don't think so. It would take a total of 14. I don't have 14. With Castle Garenbrig, that's 6, 5. Only have 11, sadly. But I'll still go with this guy. He's got haste. We only have 2. I think there's a pretty good chance we can connect with all these. Actually, I can play the other prosthetic injector and slap it on that beast. Oh, I like this. So he has 2 toxic now. Pretty good. I hope. The guy has to block for them to live. And we get a bunch of toxic. 6. So, even if they swept us, we attacked next turn with Tyrannix Rex. Even if Vorinclex went away, we would get them. Putting 4 final poison counters on. Oof. They definitely have to bounce that guy. But it's not so bad. Playing Carney T, drawing out a sweeper, maybe a sweeper they would have saved for Vorinclex or something. But I guess because he has haste, they would need something a little bit faster than that. At least they didn't draw a card, and at least they won't be untapping lands. But they're running out of options at this point. Putting another prosthetic injector on, that Phyrexian Beast is going to be quite lovely indeed. Ooh, okay. Actually, Karn's Bastion to proliferate. Okay, we could get him. We could get him here. This might be it. We'll see. We do have to have 4 for Karn's Bastion, so it would have been better actually to use Castle Garenbrig and get 6 green there. Hey. Oh. I'm liking this. In response, proliferate, boom. Good stuff. Yeah, get a basic land. I like it. We still got use out of that. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Taking a little bit longer than I was hoping, but perhaps if they can't take out the token, we get them. I only have to deal 1 point of damage to get the final 3 poison counters on the opponent. Maybe. I'm kind of sad I've only seen, well, not so many Carnage Tyrants. Tyrannix Rexes, that would have been nice. Ugh. Okay, well, he is pretty beefy at 3-7. Yeah, it's weird. I did have to update my computer, so perhaps the chat heaven is a little bit wacky. Hard to say, but some nights the chat has been kind of off for whatever reason, unfortunately. They're getting desperate. Good stuff. Good stuff. Digging. Hoping. They know it may be almost over if they don't find the right thing. If they have to dig again, they don't get it here. It's not going to be a pretty sight. backs against the wall. Oh, okay. What? Oh, Tyrannix Rex. I like to see that guy. They do have 6 for Hall of the Storm Giants. Either they do something to this or they make that thing a creature. That is the question. Just keep playing long enough, go slow, and eventually we'll draw the big scariest of scary dinos against decks like this. My goodness. Whew. Is it lights out? That is the question. Toxic Dino's doing the trick. It's pretty nice, like I was hoping. We could get some poison counters on him. Tyrannix Rex would finish him off, potentially only needing... Yeah, just only needing 1 hit, I hope. I imagine the opponent has never quite faced anything like this. Almost helpless. We're going to take a look at their graveyard in a second, if they are in fact done for, because we slogged and battled through a lot. My oh my. Insane. Eventually, we'll get there. One day. Went down 1 checkmark blip. They probably felt pretty confident. If they're not AFK. But everything they did, and it still did not matter. Drawing out stuff when we needed to do. Perhaps things could have gone a little bit faster playing Carnage Tyrant earlier, but it still seems, I've tried this out quite a few times, holding off on the Carnage Tyrant until it could potentially have haste, drawing out a sweeper by having the board big enough that it makes it valuable enough to go with Supreme Verdict, then drop Carnage Tyrant afterwards, which is hard to deal with. They'd have to have a second Supreme Verdict, and that could be hard to get, potentially. One day we will do it. Yes, those are equipment spells, Heaven. I'll go over the list after the match is done. It might be done here because they just figured they were going to win again, but definitely keep an eye out for the Azorius Control match from my phone. I'll try and edit it up after I'm done here tonight, but it was pretty cool to face Azorius Control to start as well. Highlighting. Oh, we got him. Folks, we decimated them. So, tell me, how many decks? Oh my goodness. Rar, Alex, yes. You're playing werewolves. I don't know. Maybe you want to play dinosaurs, but werewolves can be good too. But imagine back, what deck based heavily around creatures can survive through all of this? The Soul Partitions, playing Topiary Stomper again, even though it costs 2 more, it's still pretty good. We get an extra land from replaying it, so that is not a total loss. But Soul Partition, March of Otherworldly Light, Supreme Verdict, Shark Typhoon, Supreme Verdict, Soul Partition, Vanish into Eternity, Shark Typhoon. That is insane. Yes, it is a nice win. Oh my goodness. You would see this graveyard and you might automatically assume we lost, but we did not, because, well, if we can still win through that, that's why I think Azorius Control is, or Temur Control, something like it, is my favored matchup at the moment. I can do no wrong, it seems. Oh, yes, Heaven, I was going to show you the list. I'll do that. 1 second, bear with me. Oh, went away from the chat. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking this new equipment. I might start using it on the regular. Again, it was very nice to see, but yeah, New equipment heaven from Phyrexia, all will be one. It costs one. Lovely. Having something to do on turn 1, and then equips for 1, which is pretty good. Equipped creature gets +0/+2 and toxic 1, so we start ticking up those poison counters. Maybe prosthetic injector is good against aggro decks, of course. Perhaps increasing Marauding Raptor's toughness to 5 could be all that's needed. Huntmaster, it's not the best case, but say you put this thing on the Huntmaster, make him a 1/4. Pretty tough stuff. Good for blocking, I must say. Definitely Temur Control, certainly cut. I must say has a better matchup with the edicts, the sacrificing things. Certainly because of that. Yeah, but it's still very good for us. Don't have to worry about the counter spells too much. The Carnage Tyrant, of course. Tyrannosaurus Rex, if we can get it down early enough. Of course, if the game has gone too long, they could easily be able to pay that ward for. But definitely Temur being in black, making us sacrifice things. They kill the other stuff that is not hard to target, possibly leaving us with just Carnage Tyrant or just Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then sadly play some spell or some Planeswalker where we have to sacrifice one of these guys. So yeah, I would say between the two, Azorius Control definitely more favored for some list, sort of like this. But yeah, going back to it, Heaven, leaning more into that poison theme, the proliferate with Karn's Bastion. There you saw they tried to destroy it, or they did destroy it with not Blast Zone, Field of Ruin. So in response, of course, we just activate it, get some use out of it before it's destroyed. We get another basic land from the library, pulling that, increasing the chances that we see something that isn't a land. We had plenty, even at 21. Got 4 Topiary Stompers and 4 Thunderherd Migrations again. You can't sweep a basic land. You can't Fatal Push a basic land. You can't make a sacrifice a basic land, unless it was a creature. But yeah, that's just what I've been loving, apart from using those mana dorks or other creatures that could accelerate the game plan. Stable ramp really keeps showing off, doing the thing. Yes, it does double counters. Well, it just adds another counter, and it adds counters to Planeswalkers. So I could lean into that for this list a little bit more, because there is loyalty counters on them. Proliferate, choose any number of permanents and or players. So artifact, creature, Planeswalker, give each another counter of each kind they already have there. So Luca, he could go to 6 loyalty counters, but again, if we have Vorinclex, that is doubling the counters that are put on. Proliferate, Profferlate. I kind of like the sound of Profferlate. Yeah. Profferlate. I'm a professor of dinosaurs. Not the only professor, but if you can beat Azorius Control like that, I must say, it's a good feeling. But yes, we put 1 counter on Luca Vorinclex with his ability. We put double the counters. If we're going to put 4 poison counters on the opponent with Tyrannosaurus Rex's Toxic 4, that becomes 8. Then the next hit, if he can hit again, they would finish him off easily. We'd get to at least 10. Profferlate Dinos. I'm okay. I'm going to call it that. Profferlate. I want to make sure I spell it right, the wrong way. Okay, it is now going to be known as Profferlate Dinos. Karn's Bastion and Vorinclex technically is a now I'm actually calling it Profferlate. Vorinclex Monstrous Raider is technically a Profferlate thing, doubling counters. It's even better than Profferlate because it does shut down counters on the opponent. It does a lot of work, and of course it's a fantastic body, being a 6/6 trample, haste. It did the trick in that previous matchup, and okay, I can't call it Profilate Dinos Pterosaurus. We're going to kind of have to cut that, unfortunately. 1 second. Okay, Profilate Dinos it is. Good to go. We'll do another match. It did, well, what I was hoping it to do. Profilate Dino. Maybe back-to-back Azorius Control. I wouldn't be unhappy. Yeah, if we're going slow, just getting nice stable ramp. Eventually we're going to get to the point we can cast the scariest stuff. Or we cast some hasty Dino, Register Alpha, start ticking up the aggression, drawing out whatever stuff they have in hand, and, well, we still get the job done. Proliferate is a real word, yes. Not made up by Magic the Gathering. It means, basically what it means here. Proliferate your ideas, or you could be prolific with a specific thing, meaning you have lots of experience. I'm pretty sure. I could probably look up the definition, but it's something along those lines. But again, I do like Profilate. Castle Garenbrig, that has to be the first land. We don't have any forests to have it come into play untapped, unfortunately. Jund, it's looking like this could be a little bit troublesome. I'll try for Marauding Raptor. Okay, no Fatal Push. This is good. But I feel like it could be Jund mid-range. Kind of painful. Okay, yes. Jund certainly seems to be. Would have been nice to go Topiary Stomper here, but at the very least, if... well, hopefully everything's sticking around. We might be able to go Register Alpha next turn. I feel like Marauding Raptor might go down. Hopefully they don't get 2 creatures out, but they have one zombie from War of the Spark. It amasses one. It's a 2-for-1, sadly. So they'll play that. Priest of Forgotten Gods taps, sacrifices both of them. Or they just make little token. Okay, oof. They're not going to use that one. It would be nice if they sacrificed one priest, and for the priest's ability, well, they have to sacrifice 2 creatures. So if one of those 2 was another priest, I would be over the moon, excited. But we got to keep up the aggression. When they tap, we only have to sacrifice 1 creature, so I want to increase the total number of creatures. A spread of something, yes. Are they really going to... Oh, this is good for us. I am happy to see a priest go down. Hopefully... Oh, okay. They had 2 black mana floating and they didn't use it for anything. So they don't have a whole lot of removal in their hand, at least at instant speed, I think. Yes, the proliferation of a belief or something. Definitely. But I'm excited for the Lord of the Rings set. I think, if anything, it's pretty close to sort of what Magic is already. I'm pretty excited about it, overall. I don't really like the Aragorn. If something is a thing, just keep it like that. Make up your own thing. Don't change it just because that's how it is nowadays. I don't like it. But I do like ramping and getting more bodies. That is good. Keep things how they were. Everybody's happy. Fortunately, we can't bust through a Love Strike Beast. Yeah. Keep it as is. We'll probably sacrifice Topiary Stomper. Vorinclex. I like Vorinclex. That's where I want to be. I was thinking Thunderherd Migration, but it still wouldn't have got us to 7 for Topiary. That guy's going to be big and scary. They'll probably have... Oh. Okay. Yikes. Golgari. It still might be Jund. Haven't seen any sources I've read, but lots of nasty, scary creatures, and we don't exactly have sweepers. This might be bad. It would be nice to have a sweeper at this point. Burn down the house certainly is nice. 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Taking out Lovestruck Beast and everything below that. Beautiful. Yeah, it is too bad Regisaur Alpha's power wasn't bumped up at least once, so we could possibly trade with the Lovestruck Beast there. Oh. Tyvar. That's not going to be good. Oh, 100%. 100%. I've seen more Golgari. Definitely still a lot of Jund as well, but the Zulaport Cutthroat. That's a card I haven't seen yet since it was added in, I think, the most recent Explorer Anthology, but it lines up with exactly what this deck is wanting to do, sacrificing a bunch of things. Whenever Zulaport Cutthroat... okay, they grabbed it. Whenever Zulaport Cutthroat or another creature they control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and they gain 1 life. So this is going to be pretty problematic, definitely. We might be done for. So it's going to ping and chip away at us, sadly. That's not nice. Well, we're not dead yet, but I have a sneaky suspicion. We may be. Ouch. Topiary Stomper, we couldn't get to 7. Am I going to bust through? I don't think so. We're down to 12 already. We don't really have much with Trample. Vorinclex certainly has Trample, but Lovestruck Beast plus something else would block and take out Vorinclex. You know what? I'll try for something good. We'll go Thunderherd plus Topiary Stomper. Get to 7 lands this turn. See what happens. Perhaps we can get good enough stuff to bust through next turn. I think that's a pretty low chance, unfortunately. We'll give it a shot. It would be pretty cool. Definitely to see Galta. And speaking of Galta, I don't know if I like 2 copies. I really have not seen the Queen as much as I was hoping for with 2. I like 3 a lot. I like 4 quite a bit. But 2 Zulaport Cutthroats. We are dead. Done. That's going to be painful. So with 2 Zulaport Cutthroats, for each creature they control that dies, we would lose 2 life. So they would just simply sacrifice everything. Some to Priest of Forgotten God's ability, but finishing off with the Woe Strider, they could have sacrificed enough. We would have been low enough. They pretty much only would have had to hit us with 1 creature, but it would have just gone downhill. Doesn't seem like we would have been able to finish them. Yeah. Scary. Rampaging Frostodon, certainly. Infectious Bite. Yeah, I want Infectious Bite. I want to take out at instant speed Priest of Forgotten Gods. Kill on sight, don't ask questions. But Rampaging Frostodon. You saw how many little creatures they make, tokens, that sort of thing. Reanimation with Tyvar, getting a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield, gaining a little bit of life. Rampaging Frostodon is a pretty fantastic shutdown option, but Luca as well. If we can land this with a big dino, we're going to be taking out multiple things. Some Priest of Forgotten Gods, all that stuff. Very, very exciting. But we need to cut a little bit more, sadly. Vorinclex I do like because it does have Trample. Galta, yeah. Doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of interaction. It may be hinging basically, almost completely, actually, on Collected Company. We got to keep that in mind. It's pretty much all creatures. Maybe they have a little bit of removal, but it's not a whole lot. I'm going to keep Huntmaster in. Take out Vorinclex. 1 Tyrannix Rex. Alright. Good to go. Whew. I think that should be enough interaction to at least see 1, hopefully 2 things. Get that Priest of Forgotten Gods gone and take out Tyvar also. This hand though, I mean, certainly is not going to do the trick. 3 Regisaur Alphas and 1 land. Oh, I can work with that. It's no source red, unfortunately, but we got 2 lands. Yeah, that should work. Carnage Tyrant to the bottom. It's the most expensive thing. Let's just get it gone. Unfortunately, again, there's still 4 copies, so we have a good chance of hey, well, there you go. Beautiful stuff. I like it. And I like the fact that our things probably should be living. Vran. Executioner Thane. That guy is not so scary. Whenever 1 or more creatures they control die, each opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. But it only triggers once each turn. So it's not so painful. Now the question is, Topia... You know what? It's going to be... No. We don't have 2 red. Let me think about this. Topiary Stomper plus Marauding Raptor in the hopes that 1 Marauding Raptor will die. And then next turn, I'll be able to go Rampaging Ferocidon safely. And it won't die because, well, I'll only have 1 Marauding Raptor out. And being able to attack with a 6/3 is pretty good. I expect that little token might die. Combining to block. There you go. This is helping us out, and we're taking out 2 big, impactful things. A good use of a marauding. They think they're doing something good, but in a way, they are also helping us. Beautiful. And boom, we got Rampaging. And plenty of lands. And it's sounding kind of windy outside. I feel a bit of a chill. It's kind of cold in the room where I am now. In the corner of the... Oh! A Vran and a Vran. Maybe the opponent is hoping we will Vran away. Okay, we got almost 7. We're getting there. But we got a bunch of bodies, so if they make us sacrifice things, well, that's still not going to be a problem. Double block, do it again. Well, they're thinking about it. That's alright. Boom, Rampaging. Turning off the life, barf a bunch of creatures. They probably want to take out Rampaging, but they also got to be a little bit worried about the Topiary Stompers. That could be turned on soon. Ooh, another Castle Garenbreak. Well, you got to think. How would they block? Lovestruck Beast plus Vran probably is not going to block Rampaging Ferocidon because we take out Vran. Lovestruck probably going to block one of the Topiaries. Yeah, I'm going to swing with everything, do as much as possible, be as aggressive as possible. Happy enough to take out Vran. I was thinking potentially maybe I should have held back Rampaging, but I like this too. We take him down quite a bit. We can play... No, whatever we draw, Carnage Tyrant or Tyrannix Rex. Hopefully it's Tyrannix Rex at this point, because that would probably lock things up, I imagine. Another Rampaging? That is good. Now they can only block 2 things. I'm going to take them down to 3. I like that. We'll still have 1 Topiary Stomper left as a blocker for one of the Lovestruck Beasts. I think we might have them low enough that Rampaging is going to make things a little bit too scary. They can't attack with either Lovestruck Beast because Rampaging could potentially swing through. Because of Menace, they can't play creatures that are going to ping to get their damage lower. They only have basically creatures because this is Golgari, whatchamacallits, creatures, Golgari Sacrifice, Collected Company, Golgari, I don't know what it is. We're not attacking. We just sit back, relax, and I think we might have them because of Rampaging here. Tyvar, okay. Pretty much the only non-creature other than Collected Company. Untap a creature, okay, you can, that's fine by me. Oh, Regisaur Alpha, I think. Let's see, and that would get the job done. I imagine that would get the job done. 3 creatures attacking. One of them will connect. Boom. That's it. 2 have to block Rampaging. Yeah, we got them. We got them, folks. They got 3 creatures, but they would need 4. Oh, beautiful stuff. Whew. Rampaging to save the day. I'm glad I kind of realized they didn't have basically any interaction whatsoever. That spelled their doom. Definitely Rampaging for Ferocidon was the bane of their existence. Felt good being extra aggressive, figuring even though we'd lose some stuff, we'd get them low enough. It's very nice just seeing this guy shut off and lock out the opponent from potentially doing a lot of things. It doesn't just hurt Selesnya Angels, which is quite lovely. Yeah, keep it as is. Hope for the best with Profilate Dinos. Wow. Okay, man, I like this. Again, Temple of Abandon, turn 1. That feels pretty good, usually, because I don't have much turn 1 plays, so scrying, yeah. Do I need another marauding? I think I'm going to go with another marauding. Doubling up on those could really help to accelerate out Carnage Tyrant, even though we are going to get there with Castle Garenbreak. I am a little bit sad. There is no Brotherhood's End. That really would have helped us out to bring the pain to this deck. 3 damage to each creature and each Planeswalker would decimate basically everything this deck is doing. Maybe we're seeing some of their removal now. Priest of Forgotten Gods, huh? That's painful. Oh, no, this is not good. That might be it. They had a very explosive turn. Ouch. Where's Brotherhood's End when you need it? My goodness. Topiary Stomper gets us Carnage Tyrant next turn. And we're only down to 16. Luca, Bound to Ruin. Certainly could be good. If we drop that after Carnage Tyrant, if Carnage Tyrant is still sticking around. Hopefully that's the case. We'll definitely be sacrificing this Topiary here. And those Woe Striders being 3/2s could, well, probably will pose too big of a problem. Nuts. But yeah, you can imagine Luca certainly could have done the trick. His -4 with Carnage Tyrant out would have been lovely stuff. Unfortunately, Carnage Tyrant will just be sacrificed with Priest of Forgotten Gods next turn. Yeah, that's going to do it. But yeah, just taking out multiple things, either Luca or a sweeper. Lovely stuff. Tends to do the trick. Could have got him potentially. Yeah. Just how it goes sometimes. But man, I am really feeling that draft. It's still quite cold here. Even at night. Even if it's just slightly minus 5. There's a bit of a wind chill. I'm definitely hearing the wind. Kind of got to fix the front door, which I'm close by to. Has a bit of a draft. Alright, Azorius Control coming up. Actually, no, what am I thinking? I've got to move things along. I'm going to go with the next featured deck of the night. I think that was pretty positive overall. We saw some of the, well, okay, now I'm trying to decide how I want to say it. Profilate dinos with the toxic and the poison. That did the trick, but it is time for some best of one Paulos colorful dinos. Quite a bit different to what he was wanting. There was Fires of Invention and Karuga having lots of permanents, non-land permanents with a mana value 3 or less just to draw a bunch, and not so much cheap things. So this list, we're just focused on lots of colors. Fable of the Mirror Breaker to copy a Karuga that we have out, so we draw a bunch of things with that second copy, and just ramp treasure map back into ramp as well to hit some of the bigger stuff. And the mana base is still 20. Pretty crazy. Doing the trick. Plaza of Heroes. I finished off the playset. Taps to add 1 mana of any color. Spend it only to cast a legendary spell. But this variation is certainly quite colorful. Nissa, a legendary spell. Kiora, Karuga. That's not a legendary spell. I thought it was. Galta. All that stuff. Oh, I know. Spicy heaven. Nissa I have wanted to use quite a bit, but I don't usually dip my toe into blue. Nice mana sink late game. X, a green and a blue, +2 to scry 2. That's quite nice. Could get you ahead multiple turns, but it definitely increases consistency. The 0 is really what you want to look at, I think. You look at the top card of your library, if it's a land or a creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of loyalty counters on Nissa, you may put that card onto the battlefield. So it gets around counters. You can't counter the creature that enters. It's not like, oh, you can reveal it and cast it without paying its mana cost. They could respond to that, but because Nissa says you may put that card onto the battlefield, it just pops into existence. Oh, it's lovely, just that line there, getting around those counter spells. That's going to be pretty nice, hopefully, to cheat in something if, her loyalty is high enough. I think there's a very good chance with that. Very good chance to cast her potentially with treasure map after it flips with all those treasures and all the lands we have. Well, I felt like it. This is a colorful list, to say the least. There's no black colored or white. Colorful enough. We'll see how it goes. Play all these good things, and best of one as well. It's been quite some time since I've used best of one. Hopefully it catches the opponent off guard. I'm thinking they won't have been expecting colorful dinos, colorful legendary dinos, I guess you could say. And it certainly is colorful. I guess I could have added black. I could have added a lot of things, certainly, especially if it is dinos. We've got Secluded Courtyard that can tap for 1 mana of any color as long as that mana is used on a dinosaur. That definitely helps with consistency, but I'm liking the looks of this. Definitely open for some upgrades potentially. If you guys have a certain card you might want to see with at least a list like this, I can probably make it happen. Ketria Triumph, again, not really much of anything on turn 1, so certainly a tap land like this, all the colors of the deck are very good. Thoughtseize, Rakdos midrange. Obosh, actually that's not Rakdos midrange, that's Rakdos odd mana aggression. This could get scary. If a source they control with an odd mana value deals damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage. This is going to be nasty, aggressive. I am kind of happy that they didn't discard treasure map. If we got that down, we're going to start scrying and all that good stuff, and that is going to be lovely. Ooh, Mardu. What do we got? Oh, a back-to-back Thoughtseize is not a pretty sight. I feel like it could be Kiora they get rid of. They don't want us to draw stuff. If it is Kiora, that's going to be nice. We can go with her, untap a land, and then use that land to... Okay, well... Yeah, Topiary Stomper, all right. But yeah, like I was saying, we'll untap a land, and then we'll still have one that we can use for a treasure map here. Get that scry going. Now, I'm going to send Huntmaster to the bottom. I think there's a very good chance with the colors that this deck is, red, black, and white, Huntmaster probably wouldn't live very long indeed. Oh, and we got a blue. Wow. You know what I want to do? Actually, I want to go Topiary Stomper. I don't want to keep going with the treasure maps. I'm going to draw a card here, which is nice. I don't often use Kiora, so it is good to get a little bit extra value from the creatures. Yes, oh, I know I did mention I was going to try and set it up ahead of time. I didn't think I was streaming as well, Pterosaurus, but hey, good stuff. I did feature your list, and oh my goodness, I stomped Azorius Control. It was a beautiful sight. Lovely. Again, I'm working on that phone episode, so all of you guys keep an eye out for that. But man, Azorius Control, I'm not scared of it anymore. But again, let's get this treasure map to 2. My goodness, we're flooded, unfortunately. Don't need another one. I think Kiora might be going down, sadly. But man, I'm just riding high on that first match tonight. Oh my goodness. Definitely. I crushed them so hard. They just threw everything at me. Multiple Supreme Verdicts, Soul Partition to exile a creature and make it cost more. Counter spells, sweepers. I lost track. But I was messing with them because I knew I could get the job done, and I still got the job done. They were so defeated that they still lost even after putting in all that work. I played them like a fiddle. And it is also now called Profferlate Dinos. Yes. Heaven named it Profferlate. And I kind of like that. But we don't need more lands. That's for sure. Actually, you know what? We can use Kiora to untap the Treasure Cove, to tap, to sacrifice a treasure, to draw a card, to maybe get something. A creature. Anybody. Oh, and that is a creature. Hopefully we don't have to discard it. But yes, this is Paulos' list. It was a Fires of Invention, very colorful variation. I just didn't have enough of the cards, so I took the inspiration of multiple colors, doing some splashy stuff. Added in blue. Easily could add in white and black. That's for sure. We're going to trade with a goblin. That's all right. I don't need more lands. Yeah. Some great potential here, I think. It's going to be nice. Well, this Indomitable creativity. Well, it would have been nice. Hopefully we can take out Atraxa. This is painful. Okay. But yeah, just having the potential of other colors, the choices sometimes can be paralyzing, especially if I haven't delved into that color a whole lot. I often find myself looking up at, or just looking up the potential options. Well, I don't really want to discard anything. Submit 0. Could we play Carnage Tyrant and Regisaur Alpha? We would need a total of 11. Well, let's do some quick math here. 4, 7. Plus Cure would be 10, sadly. What did they get? Liliana of Death's Majesty. They can play that next turn. Return a creature, graveyard, battlefield. They have another Atraxa. Oh, they have another Atraxa. You know what? Let's go with Carnage Tyrant. We're going to draw a card. I like that. Keep trying Bolt Bend. Oh, nuts. That is unfortunate. Yeah, oh, definitely. That's unfortunate. I think that would work kind of against Indomitable Creativity. Yeah, that'd be kind of nice. But just Bolt Bend in general. I'm glad some of you guys are using it. If you haven't tried Bolt Bend in a dinosaur list or another list that can support it, check it out. Turn the opponent's removal into your removal and their down removal because you used it against them. That right there is a no-brainer case to use Bolt Bend, I think. But hopefully we don't use or lose Carnage Tyrant. I imagine Atraxa going to take out that Kiora with a swing to play Liliana Death's Majesty, use up most of their mana to get the other copy they have in the graveyard. They'll just get a bunch of stuff and shouldn't be too bad. Fable of the... or Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, when it flips next turn, we'll make a copy of Carnage Tyrant, which is quite lovely, but the life gain from Atraxa is going to be painful. I'm going to be looking to bring in Rampaging Ferocidon coming up. Although we could do some stuff. Possibly. We can read Indomitable Creativity. Let's see. It says its controller. So I'm pretty sure Indomitable Creativity isn't targeting the opponent. You would have to change the target of... if they only targeted one thing to sacrifice to get Atraxa, you could change the target to one of your things, then you would get the stuff. Yes, it would work like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. I was reading your question wrong, but yeah, Regisaur plus Regisaur, possibly, or Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, copying Regisaur Alpha to attack with all of that stuff. Oh, yeah, I like that. Actually, no, we can't tap. Okay, what am I thinking? I don't use Reflection of Kiki-Jiki a whole lot. Let's say that. Maybe I should. But I don't think this is going to be enough, sadly. So we got a total of 14, 21, but gain 7 with Atraxa. I don't feel that's going to do it. I'll attack with everything. Sadly, this may be it. And I did expect some reanimation and shenanigans in best of one. Decks that potentially fold to some fantastic sideboard hate. Which certainly this deck would. You know, Soul Guide Lantern, anything that stops creatures or permanents from coming out of the battlefield, coming back onto the battlefield. 7, 2. We could maybe live. We'll see. Actually, Fatal Push is going to take a Reflection. I should have untapped. No. We got to be done for. Oh gosh, it's oh bosh. And we're done. Oof. That's alright. Best one, of course, we're going to see a nice variation of decks. It's probably been like 6 months since I've done best of one. Guess maybe I might have to tweak some things. Certainly being in, colorful potential for multiple colors, there could be some nice tech, and probably should be some nice tech that I have in, just because there is no sideboard. I don't want to be caught out quite as much as I potentially could be. This hand, yeah, I like the looks of that. We got 3 lands and Topiary Stomper, which definitely feels quite nice. Feels like it should do the trick, I would assume. Yeah, well, I'm just happy to go first, that's for sure. Dailies, okay, good stuff. Question is, does Huntmaster kick the can? Yes, it does. Hey, it's one less fatal push. At the very least, we still have the 3. We're able to go with Topiary stuff. 4, okay. I'm liking our chances here. Yeah, big time. We don't need the blue. I could probably cut this island completely. Don't really need the blue for much. I should probably cut this island completely, but we'll get another source of red just in case we need it in a pinch. Ooh, Atraxa. That would be good. Now I can't play the other side. Oh, potentially I could play the other side. Spend the mana to cast a legendary spell. Add 1 mana of any color. Oh. We could potentially get the Prismatic Bridge. I forgot about that point from Plaza of Heroes. Interesting. Trial of Ambition is going to be kind of painful. No. 2. Nah, Atraxa is going to be. Let's go with that. Hope she lives. I was thinking shifting Ceratops, but I would need a total of 3 green to attack with it, also the turn it enters. Or we could possibly see Carnage Tyrant. Okay, we got him. We got him. They're feeling maybe some shenanigans were about to happen. Seeing Atraxa come down in multiple colors. Something was up our sleeve, but they definitely would not have bet dinos. Yeah, no, that's definitely good. I think we're in a very good position either way. A bunch of shifting and Carnage Tyrant. And definitely enough lands, I think. And now that I think about it, I feel like I may have forgotten Castle Garenbreak in Paulos' colorful list here. Hopefully I didn't. Because, this isn't going to do it. Maybe. Just because of treasure map. I'll try at least 1. Okay. Ouch. That's kind of painful as well. 1 more mulligan. Ooh, okay, we got 2 lands. All right, there we go. We're off to the races. It's not the best, but okay, well, it's getting a lot better. This is looking like Selesnya Angels, potentially. Now the question is Huntmaster, not Huntmaster, because we still may not have a second source of green next turn for Topiary Stomper. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Don't worry about treasure map. There's nothing to see here. Leave it alone. Again, going back to that point, treasure map is not a scary thing. And I jinx myself. It's not a big jinx if you see green and white. It's probably a pretty good chance. You know what is coming up. Well, I'm going to get Huntmaster this time. Get a Scry and Cry. Carnage Tyrant probably won't save us. And we can't play it next turn. Huh. Scry and Cry. That's what this game is probably going to be. Speaking of crying, I have an emote for that. I want to keep doing treasure map things. Actually, no. Let's do Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They got a collected company coming down. I would imagine they got 4. I'd be surprised if that was not the case. Not attacking. Oh my goodness. Who saw that coming? Nobody. But we won't be collecting a win. Skyclave Apparition. Nuts. Understandable. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Well, we'll see what angel they play this turn. But I bet that's going to be it. Man, I'm missing Rampaging Frostodon. I guess best one, and I did used to play best of one, but no Rampaging. If you're playing best of one, you use Rampaging Frostodon, and that's that. Good game for the opponent, but you can't afford to be caught out. Something that stops their life gain. Either Giant Cindermaw, newly from the Brothers War, or I think Rampaging Frostodon is slightly superior to that. I'll leave the list as is, but you can see what happens if you're not prepared too much. I still would use 4 copies of Rampaging Frostodon in best of one. I want to see it as much as I possibly can and as often as I can, and you want to see it early, definitely against Selesnya Angels, because they can pop off and be explosive, scary. 2 Fables. You know what? I'm going to try it. Send Regisaur to the bottom. Keep the 2 Fable of the Mirror Breaker, mostly just because I want to try that out. And I haven't been using it really at all. You guys have suggested it quite a few times. For good reason. It is a fantastic card. I just want to get multiples, maybe copying multiple Carnage Tyrants. That would be pretty amusing. I imagine the opponent would concede, after I copy the first one. Yikes. But it would be nice copying Regisaur Alpha. You got to keep in mind, yes, Regisaur Alpha, the token, it would have haste. Actually, you know what? I think I want to go Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Let's do that. Yeah, the Regisaur Alpha token would have haste. We'd have to sacrifice it. But we would keep the dinosaur token that the copy of Regisaur Alpha makes. So we still keep some of that power. It's nice, copying a creature with an enter the battlefield effect like that. I want another land. But I don't need a Ketria. No. Fable. Huntmaster. Ooh, I'm liking the looks of this. Yes, indeed. Copying, Topiary Stompers is going to be a lovely thing. Hopefully we're at 7 so we can attack with it. But still. Oh, we've got some Temur something. Counter spells. Who knows what. But I'll still attack with this guy. We get a nice treasure. If they want to trade with the Frilled Mystic, that's alright. Hopefully they don't have a way to reanimate it at instant speed. I don't expect that to be the case, but hey, we're facing off against something counter spell related. Boom. Shifting Ceratops may be very well, that's going to be good too. Yeah, definitely shifting. Yeah, that's what I want. Boom. Scary. You know what? I might need that one treasure. Possibly. We'll see. I could have attacked with shifting, but I couldn't have given it trample, so chances are they may just have blocked with the Huntmaster. Hydroid Crassus, not that bad. We might be able to do a sneaky reach with shifting Ceratops, taking out this Hydroid Crassus if we don't attack with it next turn, but we can make a copy of shifting. So that's going to be pretty bad for them. They can only block with the Huntmaster. Hydroid Crassus and the Voldalian Mindslinger are both blue or part blue. So shifting with the protection from blue, boom. Unblockable to those guys. That's going to be a pretty nasty clock for them. 10 a turn. Well, they would take 8 next turn with Huntmaster blocking. I'm liking this. Beautiful. And maybe we just, well, we'll probably go Nissa. Plus make a copy of Shifting Ceratops. That's going to be good as well. Sink as much into Nissa as we can. Make her big and scary. They'd probably want to take her out, but well, that's going to save us from taking damage from probably the Hydroid Crassus. They're going to see that they can't block shifting, so they're going to attack with that. Man, this is good. I think we're looking pretty nice. You see the potential starting off with shifting, whether it's 3, whether it's 4. I still think if you're going to use shifting, use the whole playset. It's a lovely body, and then it gives you some extra added oomph against decks that counter your stuff, try to steal your stuff, have big scary flyers like the Crassus there, and another Fable. Well, Nissa for 4, copy of shifting, but I want to give trample to shifting. I'll go Nissa for 3. 1, 2, yeah. Then we'll Scry, we'll get her to 3 loyalty. When we go +2, somebody will probably want to take her out, but they expend some resources dropping her. Well, they don't drop her life total. And scrying 2 is nice. If she sticks around for whatever reason, continually scrying 2, I like that. Then maybe the -6 at some point. That's going to be pretty scary. Maybe they feel sad they're losing to what appears to be a hodgepodge of dinosaurs and stuff. Oh, excuse me, friends. All right, let's see what's what on the top. They're probably mad they have to face Shifting Ceratops, which should not have been a thing in their mind. At least to land. I don't really need Huntmaster at this point, so that feels pretty good. Boom, copy. Lovely. It has haste. We don't have to sink a mana into it. Just fantastic. I'm liking the clock we got going here. Hopefully they don't steal Reflection of Kiki Jiki, but this is nice. Pretty good stuff. As expected. Well, they got a potential for. We could be seeing a Frilled Mystic. Hopefully that's not the case and we get another Fable down. Ooh, this is getting better and better. Well, we'll definitely be making another copy of Shifting. Take the ping on this just so I can potentially give one of the Shiftings trample again. Paradise Druid blocking. We get 4 damage through this way. And we're dropping them pretty low at this point. Their time is numbered. The thing that shuts them down. Hydroid Crassus, of course, if it could block Shifting. Shifting has 4 toughness. Would have done us in, but the card, the only card in the game, basically, that is the bane of that deck's existence. You can't steal it, you can't counter it, you can't block it. It's bad luck for the opponent, but a good game for me. Pterosaurus, yes indeed. use shifting. If you're not facing something blue, that's still okay. Again, because it's a fantastic body overall. Shifting is OP. The opponent's probably questioning, my goodness, maybe they've had some tough times, some strings of losses, similar to what I experienced. And then that's just the cherry on the cake. They're like, what does this game have against me? Making me go up against a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, copying shifting Ceratops each turn. This is not a fun time at all. Speaking of shifting Ceratops, maybe I spoke of shifting Ceratops too much. I know the algorithm is punishing me because this is not a hand I can keep. We got one mountain. We're on the draw. Decent enough chance to see, so I'm going to keep it. Best of one. We're having more fun. It's more fun than maybe more seriousness, but still trying my best. But just because I'm on the draw, 2 chances to see the second land, which there you go. Which I should see in the opening hand or the first 2, whatever it is. But it's interesting. I see black and I don't go Huntmaster because that does not seem safe. Even though there could have been the potential maybe to get one of these shift. Oh, it's fight rigging. We got a fight rigging on our hands. That is kind of scary. Huntmaster to give the hasty shifting. Give shifting haste next turn. Let's get treasure map stuff going. I don't want to be too many turns behind, and it is nice seeing that land for sure. Get to flipping treasure map because I feel we might need it. Oh boy. The Great Henge plus fight rigging. Oh, not fight rigging. I don't want them drawing cards. I'm going to take at least... Well, I was going to take a hit. I misclicked there. Okay, we're not going to take a hit. But I will go with Kiora. I like the draw of shifting. I like the... treasure map. Topiary. Okay, wow. I'm liking this. I don't need to untap anything. I guess Kiora untapping treasure map, I actually missed that, could lead us to getting it flipped some turns sooner, which I'm going to have to keep that in mind. If I start using Kiora a little bit more regular. There is lots of dinos that I normally use that have that 4 or greater power to draw a card. I don't want Kiora going down to 1 though. Save her at least for another turn. Have him draw some cards, whatever. Still could be quite rough, but we're flipping this treasure map. We're getting some good stuff. We don't need Thunderherd Migration. Topiary Stomper. Let's see. I want tons of ramp. Play a big Nissa at some point. We still could play shifting this turn if we use Nissa as a... Oh, Carnage Torrent. You know what? Let's untap this. Let's go with shifting. Even though they're not powered blue, I want to draw another card. Get a nice big body. Good stuff. Get closer to the 7th land. Would have been nice if we were there already with Topiary Stomp. Both Phyrexian Obliterator. Well, that might have obliterated our chances. Oh, boy. Yikes. This is painful. All the shifting, full house. Put a card into your opponent's hand, the other will be exiled with a silver counter. Gee, I wonder if I want this in their hand. Not at all. You're going to have to wait for that Shieldred. Draw card. Let's preserve Kiora. Preserve the draw that she nicely provides. Huntmaster for 2, shifting for 3, And then we will see, hoping that we get a land. And then I use her ability to untap and play shifting to get some more stuff. Okay, oof. I'm liking that. We don't have enough of a board for a lethal swing through the Phyrexian Obliterator there, sadly. See if they attack with it. But we may just be done for at this point. Bulamog. Well, that's not happening. Nuts. Yeah, it's just a good hodgepodge 5C. I guess you could call it 5C with the Chromatic Lantern here. Playing lots of big stuff, ramping. Definitely very satisfying for the opponent. And it's nice seeing all those shiftings. You wouldn't normally expect to see all the full playset of a particular card, but again, this is best of one. They have the hand smoothing algorithm, which it does cause some funny business, unfortunately. Partly why, I kind of shy away from it. It's not exactly how it is if you went down to your local game store. It's not the true experience of what Magic should be. Too much funny business in the background in best of one. And it's more of a coin flip, I guess you could say. Candlehawk. Yeah, I can work with that. We got Thunderherd Migration. We got 2 lands. That's going to be quite fantastic. Yeah. Good stuff. We'll grab Mountain for Fable of the Mirror. Oh my. Well, I said there's probably some life gain stuff in best of one. And I'm proving myself right. Unfortunately. This is not a pretty sight. Well, I was prepared. That might be the case. Mono White Angels, potentially. I imagine we're probably done for. But we'll go with Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Get those counters going. Hopefully flip it. Make some copies of Regis or Alpha. And maybe we'll have enough online. Definitely. Maybe, in the future I'll do a best of one Dinos night. Maybe not a suggestion night, but just how I would tweak Dinos for best of one to give us the best chance. It's definitely going to be including some life gain haters. That's for sure. My goodness. Any angel that enters the battlefield is going to gain them 8 life at this point with both Bishop of Wings. Ooh. What don't I need? A Fable and a Treasure Map. It's going to be a little bit too slow. Topiary Stomper. Let's do that. We'll get to 6 lands. Hopefully get to 7 lands coming up. Not attack with that token because they would just double block with both Bishop of Wings and take his... We've seen this before. I do suspect we're not going to be busting through this. 37, well, it's not 40, but it's not a win either. Nuts. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, well, let's try at least one more game there. Of course, very fast best of one. It is nice, I must say, just to, go through a big bunch. Maybe see less different stuff, I guess. Lots of life gain. Hopefully it's not another life gain. But at the very least, it would definitely prove my point of you want to have some specific hate against that stuff. Kiora and Kiora. That's where the funding business comes in. I'm pretty sure I only have 1 copy of Kiora. Seeing her more often. Nuts. but this should work all right. We don't have 2 sources of green yet for Topiary Stomper. We're seeing Huntmaster though, which is pretty good. And we're seeing Selesnya Angels again. I'd say I jinxed myself, but I don't think I jinxed myself because, hey, if you're in a certain format and something does well for whatever reason, understandable, you don't want to use it. Oh, start chipping away with Huntmaster. Yeah, well, nuts. It's all a bag of nuts. Oh, maybe it's not angels. This might not be angels. Oh boy. Oh, what's going on here? Enchantments. Selesnya enchantments. It's looking like with this Architect of Restoration, enchantment creature. Seems like it might be enchantments now. Which is a pretty good change. Topiary Stomper though. Let's get drawing a card to get an extra land. Ramping, hopefully. Playing Carnage Tyrant at this point, we would have enough. Treasure map. Can't make much use of Huntmaster. Another copy of Huntmaster isn't going to do a whole lot for us, and that treasure map could be quite nice. Being able to see something nice coming up sooner rather than later with the scry. Seems like they might want to get rid of something, or there could be that collected company, the Wandering Emperor. Is that going to exile the Huntmaster? Really? Well, we didn't have any Dino to a funny business. Huntmaster. Well, Fable of the Mirror Breaker it is. Actually, you know what? We want to do treasure map stuff. Karuga. Hey, I like draw. Karuga with Kiora. That mean we'd draw 3 cards, 4 cards. Because Karuga is a creature with power 4 or greater. Ooh. Excuse me, I'm excited. Coming up. Next turn. That's going to refill our hand. Get some nice, hopefully something good. But at least it isn't angels. Could get out of control real quick though. I could slap too many auras on this Architect of Restoration, and we're not going to be able to get it done. Huntmaster and a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Double treasure map, my goodness. Best one is funny business. 2, 3. Now, I was thinking Kruger cost 4. I almost played Huntmaster, thinking I could use Kiora to untap a land, be able to play it, but that would not have been the case. Boom, look at all that draw. That's pretty sweet. Oh, another and Hunt. My goodness. Wacky. I guess this is the game of just drawing a whole bunch of cards, which is quite satisfying. I don't tend to have so much card advantage. So for that point, it's pretty sweet. Hopefully they don't just kill us this turn. They got plenty of lands. Maybe they have plenty of enchantments in their hand, but I got to expect they would have slapped it on the Architect of Restoration at some point. Maybe they have settled the wreckage or something like that. I mean, we'll use the dinky little token to stop Kiora. Save her. Definitely get even more card draw next turn, but it does seem like it would be overkill. Playing Kruga. Hopefully it's something big and scary. Soon. My goodness, there's too many Huntmasters. Oh. That's alright. Don't need a Topiary Stomper. Definitely Huntmaster. We're still able to go Karuga quite nicely. Yes, I do want to play it. We draw an extra card from the one that's already out. And yeah. Just a bunch of stuff. Look at all that. Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's go with another Huntmaster this turn. Set up for next turn. Reduced Regis or Alpha's cost quite a bit. And not attack, because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense with what we got. Oh, I only have to discard one. I figured I would have to be discarding quite a bit more than that with all of Kruger's draw. But yeah, double Regis or Alpha at the very least. Potentially some other Dino if we draw it, and that will be pretty good. Reflection of Kiki Jiki as well. We can go double Regis or Alpha plus make another copy of Regis or Alpha, draw a bunch of cards, and it's going to be a good time. Now, who can we block? Topiary with the Simulacrum. And we'll have to see Kiora go down, sadly. Maybe one Huntmaster stopping the Architect of Restoration. Could have been good just because we will miss out on a bunch of draw, but I want to be able to play both of them and copy them safely and easily. And that is going to be accomplished with this. I hope. Looks like it might be enough to get the job done. Definitely going to be very scary for them. Boom. Oh, look at all that aggression. Now that's a board. Play another treasure map? Yeah. Might as well. And we'll see what they do. And hope they don't have a Settle the Wreckage. Settle the Wreckage. I don't even know if that's enough to get it done. Math is for blockers, like they say. Lair of the Hydra, not too bad. I don't think we're dead next turn. We do have Topiary Stomper. Hopefully they keep that guy alive. Maybe they want to take out the Regis or Alphas instead. So we still have that guy to block next turn. It is a lot of damage. I gotta say, it's pretty nice making copies of Regis or Alpha or copies of Carnage Tyrant, Tyrannix Rex, whatever it is. I think I kind of want to start using Reflection of Kiki Jiki a little bit more. Oh, that's not enough. Well, I said math was for blockers, and unfortunately, it was not enough to do the trick. But that's okay. Yeah. That's alright. Still would have been good. Yeah. Oh. But I think I'll leave it there for tonight. Actually, JDX. I gotta go back and check what you suggested. Actually, I'll save it for next time. I'll leave a pin in it. If you're still watching. Or if you're watching later on, put your suggestion in the comments, or anybody else that wants to see, you know, some list, some variation before you sink wild cards into something dinosaur related. There's a pretty good chance I'll be able to feature it, hopefully. Do positively with it. Similar to that toxic match against Azorius Control that, well, was more toxic for them than us. You might think Azorius Control is toxic overall with all the sweepers. Not the case. But yes, that was fantastic. Kevin, Pterosaurus, anybody else watching right now later on, hopefully you had as good a time as I did, and I'll definitely be looking to do this again at some point. Okay, the chat's still going good. I thought it might have paused again for there. Gone kind of glitchy. But yes, great matches. Deck builds, nice to see some variety, and yeah, peace. Have a good one.